This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I have got Jennie Aunger-Ritchie with me. Welcome to FYI.
Thank you.
I shouldn't say, well, you've been here a lot over here because
Yes.
your children have been here
That's
numerous
right.
times.
Yes.
They're so active and involved in our community.
Yeah.
So it's your turn.
It is my turn, Mom's turn.
It's Mom's turn,
Yeah.
that's right, that's right.
Yeah.
You are here, you're going to Cambodia in October.
I am.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Your whys and what's it about?
Yeah, so I'm a realtor with Royal LePage, and the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation, which has been around for over 25 years and raised over $46 million for Canadian women's shelters. They do a trek every 2 years, and this will be their 6th trek. And it's always in a different location, and it's to raise money. Each realtor is raising funds for their local women's shelter, and just to bring awareness to what is needed. And so, yeah, every 2 years, the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation, there's tons of people that apply. We have thousands of realtors, but many apply, thousands of them, only for 120 spots. And so I was lucky enough to get one.
So only 120
Only 120 people can go, and lots apply. And then there's 4 different groups of the 120. So I trek with 30 or 29 other realtors and Royal LePage staff. And we, for 5 days, we'll trek Cambodia in support of women's shelter. We'll leave behind all of our comforts, if you will. We sleep in tents. We don't have plumbing. We have no electricity.
No cell phones?
No cell phones.
Wow.
And the whole point really is to disconnect the same way a woman and her children or herself need to flee a domestic situation. They're not taking the comforts. They're hopefully getting into a shelter, and they're hopefully getting into housing somewhere else, but they're leaving whatever they are behind for safety.
Wow, and there's only 120 of you going.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the mandate for it too was to raise $6,000.
That's correct.
And you were a little worried about that.
It was my biggest stressor. When I decided last September, when they announced that they were going to Cambodia, I thought, no, I had the why, I wanted to do it, but the biggest thing that was holding me back was that fundraising goal. It's $6,000 is a lot of money, and it's a lot to ask for people. It's not the easiest economy right now for a lot of people, and so
and you've raised it.
I raised it.
You've raised it already.
4 weeks,
so.
and I shouldn't say I did. Like the community and my community, the people that have supported me, we've already reached that goal, $6,300, and so I've now set a new goal of $8,000, and hoping to raise enough money that there's a good chunk to go to Lanark County Interval House, and Leeds and Grenville Interval House. So.
Okay, so and that's important too, because a
Very.
lot of it stays here.
80% of it stays here. That's correct.
That's right.
And then 20% goes to national prevention programming.
Okay, now if people want to sponsor you or make a pledge, how do they do that?
They can find it through my Facebook page. I have an open page, and I have links there every week because I go on to thank the people that have been so generous the week before. I'd be thankful. And then I'm going to try and do a couple of events maybe in the summertime when the weather's a little bit nicer to raise not only funds but just awareness that Smith Falls has declared this domestic violence an epidemic, and there is a reason for that.
Absolutely, and that's the support you're getting.
Yes.
Because people know it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
And thankfully the town has brought attention to it.
Now you have to pay your way to get there and to stay there and everything too. It's not
No, it's
part
not
of the
a free.
foundation.
It's
No.
not part of the
No.
$6,000 that needs to be raised. I have to pay to obviously get to Cambodia, to stay there for the trek itself, get home, and food and anything like that. So that's why it's wonderful that even though we were kind of mandated to raise a certain amount of money, all that money stays in our community.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Now your mom, Pauline Aunger, did this a couple of years ago too.
She
Now,
did.
has she prepared you? Or are you getting ready?
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
Advice?
Yeah, absolutely. In 2019, my mom, she was lucky enough to trek the Sahara Desert for the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation, and it would definitely 2 different climates, 2 different trekking, but it is about the stuff. We've already went through the packing list and what she has that I can borrow and
Right.
stuff like that, because I have to admit I'm not a camper. I've camped obviously in my life, but it's not something I do often. So I'm definitely stepping outside my comfort zone to do this.
So what do you know about your 5 days there? And it's like 80 kilometers you're going to be walking.
Exactly, yeah. So the nice thing is that we have a couple of repeat trekkers in our group, so they're giving lots of great advice for training to get ready for those 80 kilometers, because obviously it's broken up, but only over 5 days. The conditions are hot and humid. We're going through small villages in Cambodia, obviously, where we're going to see a lot of eye-opening things. Going through rice paddies, and I've seen video of some of the trek, and there's lots of balancing over logs to get over certain areas. We're carrying everything on our backs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so it's and then obviously at night, sleeping in tents, there is people that cook for us and everything like that. So that is a nice kind of part of it. And then every night they read letters from women who have been supported through their journey by the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation funds and in their shelters, and so it's a motivating factor to continue on.
And part of your motivation too is you've sat on our police services board for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I know you're well aware of what's going on in our community.
It was every month we would get obviously updates from the deputy chief and the chief about what our calls for service was about the month prior. And every month, the intimate partner violence calls were going up, and it's been really since the pandemic. And I was sitting there one day, and I've always kind of toyed with the idea of doing trek, but I have small girls, and that's another part of it. I have 4 daughters.
Yes, 4 girls. Yes.
Yeah, and want to make sure that the support is there for, God willing, they don't need it, but if they ever did, we're here, there. But there's prevention there. But sitting there and hearing these calls for service, and then with the town declaring it an epidemic, and then even in my own business, we've had women reach out that are in need of housing for the reason of fleeing domestic violence. So it was one of these where I immediately became a commission donor. So every either end that I sell, a part of it goes to the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation. And then quickly was waiting for that registration to open up so I could do my part.
Wow. Well, congratulations on being one of the 120. I'm sure
Thank you.
Thousands applied for it, and you got into it. So good for you for doing that. So once again, how do people pledge and support you?
Yep. So they can go on to the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation website and search my name and go through there, or find my Facebook page, Jennie Aunger-Ritchie, and I have links there from the last few weeks.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we support you. You're going to be walking 80 kilometers in 5 days
Yep.
in Cambodia in October. So congratulations on meeting your goal
Yes,
already too,
yeah.
and keep raising it. So
Yeah.
the support is here, and we're supporting you. So
Thank you so much. Kathy. I appreciate
congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.